And it is now 18 degrees. It is getting colder and colder. Good morning and welcome to day 7 of the Mae Hong Son motorbike tour. This is the last day of this motorbike tour, and right now I'm in the lovely little city of Pai. I'm gonna get on the bike and we're gonna head out to our first stop, and we're gonna work our way to Chiang Mai. Between here and there, it's supposed to be some of the best roads, so I'm super excited. Make sure you stay till the end of this video because I'm gonna share with you tips and tricks and my suggestions for this trip. However, we have a little problem before we go. Somebody in the last couple of days while parked hit the bike. They definitely gouged it pretty deep, scratched it up, messed it up. You know, in the past, I would really be upset with something like this, but I think having lived here in Thailand for a year and a half, I've really calmed down, so I'm not mad one bit. Insurance will fix it, I'll replace it, whatever. All right, let's get going. I've really enjoyed my time here in the city of Pai in Thailand. During the day, the walking street is pretty empty. Cars come through it. There's lots of restaurants. Had dinner there last night. It was quite good. But as you can see, there is traffic through here and it is pretty quiet. Whoops. Until I kick that sign. Now it's not quiet. All right, back to what we're talking about. Pai is well known for its laid-back nature, and it brings in a lot of backpackers, a lot of your hippie nature types. There's many vegan, vegetarian restaurants, tons of places that will rent you a scooter, and of course many places where you can go on all sorts of adventures as far as tours and cave trips, kayaking, canoeing. I would say the majority of the people that come visit the city are going to be your college students, somewhere in that age range, early to mid-20s. But this place has a really relaxed vibe. It doesn't feel overly run with tourists, although it is like 90% tourists. It is very relaxed and not obnoxious like some tourist areas. All of these lanterns get lit up at night, and it's really beautiful to walk through here. Later on at night, this place will be packed with people. There'll be bars open, restaurants. The road will be closed from 6 to 10 p.m., and there'll be lots of people walking around here. This was a great little town, and I would happily come back. Got a very short ride, about 5 minutes, to the Pai Canyon. It's still early, well, it's 8:45. Temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, and whatever that works out to be, I think it's probably right around 72 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a little nippy, but it's good. It's not hot, so let's get to our destination. I believe we have reached the entrance to Pai Canyon, and we have to leave the bike here. I'm going to stay away from these big guys because I think one of these big type bikes with their side bags is what caused the damage to my bike. Ah yes, leg day once again. I'm actually kind of curious if I've lost any weight on this trip. Haven't really been exercising for the last few weeks. However, I'm on the bike for quite a bit and I've been eating relatively okay. So we'll see what happens when I get back home and get on the scale. A short 5-minute walk from the parking lot and made it up here to the Pai Canyon. And the first thing I see is this. The drop off here is, well, it is quite severe, and as you can tell, it is very slippery and rocky. So you definitely have to be careful up here. I'm surprised there aren't more tourists here, as it's pretty late in the morning at almost 9 a.m. But yeah, guys, it's no joke up here about being slippery, and zero guardrails, zero protections. I mean, right here, either side is, I'd say at least 4 or 5 meters down, 10, 15 feet, and it is definitely slippery. So you have to be careful walking up here. Definitely not for the faint of heart or those with bad balance. There are pitfalls everywhere. It is very sandy, very rocky. There is apparently a way to get over there and a way to get over there. However, the only way down is through this little alleyway, which looks pretty slippery. Not really sure that I want to conquer that right now with everything on, but up there does look like a nice little viewpoint. And the view from here, even with the clouds, you have like almost a 360-degree view of these lush green mountains. We're at the end of rainy season, so everything is just ridiculously beautiful and green. And the view is, again, just magnificent. There definitely isn't much room for error. This whole path is maybe a meter wide, which is like 2 feet. And like I said, there is a huge drop off to either side. So you definitely just kind of want to make your way through here and not look down. Yeah, basically 0 guardrails, precautions. You fall, it's your fault. Welcome to Thailand. It's about 124 kilometers, which is about a little under 3 hours from here to Chiang Mai. Hopefully there'll be some cool things to check out on the way. But like I said, there are some of the most amazing roads between here and Chiang Mai on this loop, part of the Mae Hong Son loop. At least that's what I've been told. And well, we're gonna find out. So let's go. Looks like quite a bit of tourists here. I wonder what's going on. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know this bridge. This is the Nawarat Memorial Bridge. It is a World War II site. Okay, we definitely have to stop here for a minute to check this out. Well, I didn't get far from the Pai Canyon, only about 5 kilometers down the road, if that. I've come to the Memorial Bridge. And basically, this bridge was built during World War II. As the Japanese were advancing, they wanted to invade and take over Burma. And there was no way for them to get from one end to the other. So what they did was they enlisted local villagers to build this bridge on their way from Chiang Mai to Mae Hong Son. And the villagers would sweat and toil on this bridge all day at a wage of then 1.5 baht. This bridge was then destroyed by the Japanese as they retreated. However, by then the villagers were so used to this bridge that they decided to re-erect it because it became very useful for them. And this bridge stood until it was destroyed in a fire. And then it was re-erected again. And now this stands here as the Memorial Bridge. It is a well-known destination, and while there is a regular road right next to it, this is now a walking path that you can come down here and check out and read up on all the history of this bridge. And of course, as with everything, I will leave a Google Maps link in the description below. Okay, let's get back on the bike and get back out onto this road to experience these amazing curves. Oh, we gotta get past this big truck or I'm gonna be stuck behind him forever. All right, now we're entering what's supposed to be the best part of the Mae Hong Son loop. It'll be interesting to see because I've ridden some really nice roads so far, but this is looking promising. And we got 120 kilometers of this. The camera is mounted pretty low on my chest and angled down a little bit so you can see some of the dash. My head is, I don't know, like half a meter, whatever higher, so I can see around. Like for instance here, I could see around this corner, but there was nobody coming up the hill, and that is why I took that pass. Trust me guys, I'm not passing on blind corners in Thailand, which would be insane. I wouldn't do it anywhere in the world, especially in this country, and especially so far away from any kind of good hospitals. Yeah, like this idiot, now he's passing around a blind curve that you can't see. This is how I almost got hit head on by a truck, because the guy was passing actually over the crest of a hill. So that is quite dangerous. Chiang Mai, 117 kilometers. Let's go! This section of road is pretty good. Unfortunately, there's quite a few of these big trucks out here, and it is misting. It's 24 degrees. I'm not worried about the cold, but it's getting a little wet on the ground, so I'm having to be a little extra cautious for now. It's just because we're up in the clouds, so it's not raining, it's just misting. Well, the weather is actually getting worse. It is now 20 degrees, and this is almost as cold as it was on Doi Inthanon. So yeah, it's definitely chilly. Road's a little bit slippery, very foggy as you can see, but I'm enjoying this little bit of real winter before I get back down into the valley and back to Bangkok, where it's going to be like, I don't know, 10 million degrees centigrade. But yeah, if you're wearing shorts and a t-shirt on a ride like this up here, You're gonna freeze your ass off, people. Correction, it is now 19 degrees. It's getting colder and colder. We've got a little checkpoint here. Should have no problems rolling through. I haven't had any issues at any checkpoints. And I mean, I've got nothing to worry about. I've got both my Thai car and my Thai motorcycle driver's licenses. So I'm totally legal, bike's insured, title's in my name, we're all good. Except this weather. It's not really great. This is a beautiful section of road. Unfortunately, it's pretty wet. The fog is really heavy, and there are trucks that keep coming around blind corners on the wrong side of the road. So I'm just going to take it easy until the weather clears up and the road is dry. And it is now 18 degrees. It is getting colder and colder. Had to stop here and take a bathroom break, and then I see some little doggos that could definitely use some food. Oh yeah, I see this doggo over here. I know she's gonna want some snacks. Oh, she's coming here. She's wagging her tail. This girl has just had babies. Yes, sweetie. Yes, I know. I know. Just let me open this and I'll give you some. I'll give you some. Here we go. Oh, she is hungry. She is hungry. Here comes one of her friends. All right, come on, buddy. Come on. I'll give you one too. Okay? Come here, buddy. Come on. Come here. He's scared. Maybe I'll walk over to him. Come on, buddy. No? Okay. Well, I'm just going to throw it to him. Ooh. Almost bit me. Careful there. She's really hungry. I mean, she's obviously just had some babies. Oh, now this guy wants some. Come on, buddy. Come on. There you go. Up. We got another guy coming over here. Come on, buddy. Nope. Come, hey, Mai. Come. Okay, this one, because she looks like she just had babies, she's gonna get the rest of it. That's it. You guys are all fed, nothing left. Hope you enjoyed your lunch. Now it's time for me to say goodbye to my little friends over here. Look out, honey. And get back out on the road. Got about another, I don't know, 50 minutes to Chiang Mai. Not sure if I'm going to stay in Chiang Mai or not. But anyways, got another 50 minutes, see what the road looks like. And like I promised you guys, I will cover all of my tips for you from this ride and just give you my final impressions as well. So let's get back out on the road. Another quaint little town to pass through. It's 11 o'clock, I'm hungry, but I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Whoa, wait a minute. What the hell is that? It's an airplane? It's a cafe? It's a restaurant? I'm hungry. Let's go take a look. Wait. There's an upside down house with a Mercedes. Okay, I think I found a perfect place to stop and have lunch and poke around for a few minutes. What the heck? This place is pretty interesting. Like I said, they've got this upside down house with Mercedes 180 hanging upside down. I think we got like a Pontiac Le Mans over here. Very, very interesting. Did not know this was here. Just happened to see this giant airplane. I mean, how could you not see that from the side of the road? And it looks like they have a U.S. Air Force plane. At least it has U.S. Air Force markings. So I believe this is just kind of like a tourist attraction. It's a cafe. You have to buy tickets to go inside. I just want to get some food, but I wanted to stop here and show you guys some of this because, like I said, I couldn't miss it as I was coming through the intersection. This thing's just, well, it's very Thai. I ended up just getting a quick toasty at 7-Eleven and then got back on the bike, and now I'm in a hotel a little bit outside of Chiang Mai. So let me tell you what I thought about this whole trip through the Mae Hong Son loop, what I liked about it, and also give you my tips and tricks for how to go around it. Personally, I really enjoyed the trip. It was really fun. I went clockwise because a lot of people said that the best roads were towards the end where Pai is. I don't know if I would agree with that. Personally, I felt like some of the best roads for me were somewhere between the hot springs and the city of Mae Hong Son. That was nice, windy, sweeping sections. As you obviously saw in this video, the section from Pai to Chiang Mai was extremely cold. It got down to 18 degrees. It was wet, so I really couldn't enjoy it. Although that was some really nice road, it was very twisty and tight switchbacks. Just depends what kind of road you like. Overall, I had a wonderful time. Loved all the villages, all of this. This has definitely been my favorite motorbike tour that I've done so far here in the country of Thailand. Now, let's go on to my tips for you if you decide to do this, and they are in no particular order. Many people asked what to bring. I basically put everything into one backpack. I bring 4 short sleeve shirts. I brought 1 long sleeve shirt and a pair of jeans, neither of which I ever wore, 1 pair of shorts, 1 pair of shoes. I brought 4 pairs of underwear and 4 pairs of short socks. Now, of course, I have my riding suit, so I was able to stay warm, but you might get cold, so bring a sweatshirt. I also brought a sweatshirt, which I did wear a couple times at night. I didn't bring a whole lot of other things. Everything fit into my backpack. The whole idea was to travel light. I did buy 1 shirt that I really liked, so I added that to my stash. It was really simple. I mean, just keep it light, don't overload. As far as hotels go, for me, these trips, I just never make reservations. I will ride until I get somewhere, and if I like it, I will make reservations, because that way I don't have to commit to a hotel in a town that I don't like. And there's been many times when I've showed up at a hotel that I thought I wanted to stay at, and it turned out I didn't like it, and sometimes even vice versa, where the place turned out to be great. So I don't make reservations, because sometimes I end up staying 2 nights, maybe a little bit longer, and that way you don't have a commitment to go to another town where you already have a reservation. So personally, I just use Agoda to book all my reservations. I'll put the link in the description down below. If you want to use Agoda, you can have my link there to it. And all the hotel links for all the hotels in this video are in the descriptions below each video as well. So just travel kind of simply, don't overcomplicate it. And the hotels ranged anywhere from about 500 baht to I think 1,600. You can of course stay in much cheaper places for a couple hundred baht. I like places that were a little bit nicer. I got a pool when it was available. Some of them had a breakfast, but overall I kind of stayed in places that were more conveniently located. If I could walk into town, that is what I would pick. As far as time of the year, I went in the beginning of November, so it was definitely a little bit cool, which was great. If you go in the peak season, tourist season, you'll definitely had a lot more people out there. I did not run into a lot of tourists. Most of the parts, obviously Pai was rammed full of students, but it wasn't that bad the rest of the areas. I really loved stopping and going through little towns, getting off the bike, walking around, and just exploring. So if that's the kind of thing you like, I would highly encourage you to do that and go check out some of these little villages that I went to, like the Hmong Microwave Village or even the Karen Longneck Tribe. Many people have also asked, how much time do you actually need to do the whole loop? Well, it's really up to you. Sure, you could do it in 4 days, but you can take a lot longer. I took almost 10 days to do the loop, and I spent 2 nights in Mae Hong Son. I believe I spent 3 nights in Mae Hong Son because I was sick for 1 day, and then I spent 2 nights in Pai. So it just depends how much time you have, but I would say realistically, anywhere from 6 to 10 days is ideal. The more time you have, the more things you can see. So for me, 10 days was just perfect. Really enjoyed it, and that worked out very well. You can cram it into a much shorter time frame, but then you might be rushing and you might miss things. So again, just depends on your agenda and what you want to do. I don't think there's a wrong way or a right way to do this whole trip. Everybody's going to be different. Definitely be careful if you're riding a motorbike or even a car on the loop, because people cut corners. They overtake over blind crests of hills. It can be quite dangerous, so you definitely have to be a little bit careful as you're riding or driving through that area. Things will go wrong. It's just part of the way things go, so just expect it. You'll be late somewhere, things will be closed. It's just the way it goes, so just be flexible on your trip and you'll have a great time. I think if you just go with an open mind and enjoy the journey and not really focus on the destination, the trip will be phenomenal. Those are really my tips and tricks for you guys. The only thing I have left to do is to get on the bike tomorrow morning and head back towards Bangkok. I've got about 750 kilometers, so it's probably going to take me 2, maybe 3 days to get there because I'm not in a hurry. And while I do that, please check out the other videos that I've put up here. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys very soon in another of my videos.